Hello, and welcome to the video tutorial of how to upload your listing photos to FlexMLS. So we'll quickly review how to load photos to your listings. Some photo basics. You can have a maximum of 25 photos per listing. Recommended file size for each of your photos is 5 megabyte. It will accept a little bit larger, but just keep in mind that the bigger your photos are, the longer they take to load for the person that's looking at them, and depending on their internet speed or if they're on mobile or a lot of other factors, they could take a really long time to load or never load. So keep that in mind. If you do not know how to check the file size of your photo, I'm just going to quickly show you. So I'll open up Photos folder here. So you can either have your view where you've got them saved to show you the size, like here, I'm looking at the details view, or if I was just looking at icons like this, if I hover over it, it'll give me the size, or I can single right click on it, get a menu, and left click on properties and get the size here. All right. So that's just in case if you're not sure how to tell what the size of your files are, and that's any file. All right, I'll bring my screen back up. All right, so I'm going to go into the change menu for the listing that I want to add photos to. So I'm going to go to menu, and underneath add change, I'm going to go to change listing. So this is a listing that I want to add my photos to right here. So I'm just going to click on the list number. All right, so it'll take me to the change listing of that menu. I'm going to go to photos here under multimedia. So I don't have any photos right now. All right, so to add photos, I'm going to come up here to this add photos button, click that. So it's going to bring up this open box. This is the box that I use to point it to the location of wherever I have my photos saved. It could be in a folder. It could be on a thumb drive. I just need to use the side panel, and this is a Windows machine, of where to navigate to find my photos. So you need to know where your photos are. All right, so it popped me up in my desktop. That's where my photos are right here. So I'm just going to double click this folder open, and there are my photos. Now you can either add them one at a time if you like, just by simply clicking the photo and then clicking open, or you can add multiple photos at one time. If I wanted to add all 7 of these photos, I just select the first one, hold down my shift key on my keyboard, and select the last one. So that'll get everything in between the first and the last. Or I can cherry pick. So in this case, I'll hold down my control key on my keyboard and just kind of pick around the ones that I want. Okay? And if you're not sure what photos are what, if you've got it at this view, you may have a little icon here that says change your view. So that way you can look and say, oh, okay, now I see what photos are whatever. Or if you need to see the large icons like that. All right? So I'm going to select all of these photos, and I'm going to hit open. So when I do that, it'll start loading the photos. Once the photos are loaded, then I'll put them in the order that I want them to appear. Okay, so it took that backyard photo first. I don't want that as my main list photo, the primary photo. By this photo being in the first position and having the little primary flag on it means that's the one that's going to show up on the data sheet. So I've got a couple ways that I can reorder photos in the screen. So let's say this one right here, house, I want to make this one my main photo. So I'm going to hover my mouse over the little title bar. You'll see those kind of light lines there. I'm going to hold down my left mouse button. I'm just going to drag it. So swap positions like that and let it go. So now it's in the number 1 position. Now I need to tag it as the primary simply by clicking on the flag. So now this photo is now the primary photo. If you don't quite get the drag or drop, or you prefer not to do it that way, you can use the numbers to reorder them. So maybe I want this one to be the last one, so I'll switch it to the last spot, number 7. Then I'll switch the pool to number 6. All right. Then I'll leave the kitchen as 5. I want the dining room as number 3. I want the bathroom as number 4. And bedroom's number 3. There we go. So I've got them in the order that I want. Okay, so that's how you can reorder your photos. some more options that you have here. If you wanted to replace a photo, maybe this was a winter photo or spring photo as you see here, and you need to replace it with the current season. That's what this upload replacement photo is. When you click that, it opens up your browse box, and again, you point it to the location of that new photo file. I'll just click cancel there. Next, if your photo happens to be flipped sideways or on its head, that's what these little rotate arrows are for, so you can rotate them until they're upright, like that. Okay? And then the little garbage pail icons that you see, you can delete that photo simply by clicking the little remove photo like that. So it says you just have to erase an image. If you ever did that by mistake and it's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, you can do undo, and it'll pop it back in there. All right? Also, you can add captions. So notice when I hover down in that little box there, you see the little pencil that pops up that lets you know you can add a caption to that photo if you'd like to. And if you're good with it, hit the check box. Okay? If you decide that, oh, I fat fingered something or I want to add some more, you just hit the edit button and it pops it up. If you want to get rid of it, that's what the X, that closes that box. You just hit your delete key and then okay. All right. If you wanted to change the title, again, you got your pencil. You can click your mouse in there and you can give it a new title. I'll just close that box. All right. If you wanted to do a multiple delete of photos, you just hit the check boxes and then you just hit delete selected. And then it's asking you, this is what you're about to do. Are you sure? You can either cancel it if you didn't mean to or continue if you do, like that. All right. If you wanted to select them all and get rid of them all, that's what select all is for. Continue, and they're gone. So this will conclude our review of how to upload photos to your listing in Flex MLS. Have a great day and sell lots.